when you look at my program as a whole, the idea maybe of athleticism first being the key to our program. I'm not overly pure functional. I'm not a classic strength guy. I think I follow sort of a rounded athleticism way on the strength conditioning field. I use all components, and I'm always open to learning and seeing other things and adding to what we do in our program. Pretty well known, obviously, for being pretty tough on our athletes and expecting a lot from them. The biggest difference in what I do or how I believe is that, for one, I stick to one sport and I focus strictly on the sport that I know and understand.
I was talking to an Easton rep, which is a rep, one of the stick companies, and we were having dinner or whatever, and Crash was there, and he started talking to me about how, I was doing the biceps and the triceps and all my arm work, when he was telling me, you need to work on your legs and your core and stuff for hockey. You don't need that other stuff. And I kind of was like, well, whatever, but I came out to his gym and he ran me through a warm-up, and I couldn't even get through the warm-up. And the next day I was aching really bad, and I just said, yeah, this is what I need. So I trained with him for the rest of the summer, and my skating and stride and everything, hockey, my whole overall hockey performance was way better than it ever had been in years past. And I mean, after that I knew that I was with the right guys. So.
My brother worked here, and he had told me about it, and so I decided, rather than coming out here and just going to a regular gym, to give it a shot. And I came here and I loved it. Just the whole program that Crash puts together, I think for me is I've become a lot more well developed in all areas of my body, and everything specific for hockey.
I think over the last probably 3, 4, or 5 years, there's been a development in the way hockey players train. Previously, you would just see too much non-functional classic weightlifting with a bench press. The big thing is in the bench press, on how the value of the bench press in the sport of hockey. And our running joke is the bench press, the only time it's valuable is when you got knocked on your rear end and you're lying on your back pushing the guy who knocked you down off you. And I think that's probably the biggest misconception, is the value of certain classic exercises. I think we need to look at the sport when you're standing on your feet for everything. So if you're on your skates, you're still on your feet. You say that's all you should do as much of your movements as possible in that same position, as well as getting hockey players to see the value of developing their athleticism and not just being hockey players, being athletes first.
I got involved with Crash, I think it's been about 3.5 years now. I think this is our 3rd summer together. People always say like I'm his yin, the yin to the yang for Crash. Crash, really intense guy, I'm pretty laid back. So we meld together pretty good. It's been a good fit right from day one. I liked his approach as far as no BS, no holding back. This is it, this is the way it's going to be. He demands the best.
I mean, it's a lot of dedication, and you really need to separate yourselves from the other guys, and training is everything. I mean, nowadays it used to be where you go to camp and get into shape. Nowadays you have to be in shape to go to camp. So
Crash isn't for everybody. A lot of the athletes that can't sustain 100% aren't in the program. So for me, it just makes my job that much easier, because these are dedicated athletes.
This year we, as a group, we kind of just came out of the blue, the not for everyone line, and basically what that is that as a group we're willing to outwork others, and things get a little tough, and there are times in the gym when we will make our life a little bit miserable for the athletes. We're not going to do what they necessarily want to do. We're going to try to push them past what they believe is their threshold to get more out of them, and we've had a lot of people maybe not see it the way we see it, but at the end of the day we have success with our athletes, and our athletes that are here take a lot of pride in the fact that they're just a little bit more maybe mentally tougher, a little bit more committed than others, and that's where the not for everyone came from.